Finally, Jesus. I'm Korean.
Yeah, that wasn't racist.
Of course not.
It sounded more like Chinese, actually.
Is this pink?
Yes, it is, and it's about masturbation.
Joy. Hey guys, Ranchin here, bringing on another StarCraft commentary. I have Nuke the Stars alongside me today, and we're going to bring you Group C, the first game. Stork playing against Shine. And of course, Nuke being the greatest Stork fan ever, he, of course, I had to force him to come with me here and listen to his massive fanboyism as he starts to sweat profusely at watching Stork play. So, yep, Stork and Shine. Shine, a player, kind of an underachiever. He's been around for a while, but hasn't really played much. Having being traded now to KT Magics, or KT Magicians, formerly KTF Magicians. Don't know why they bother changing names, but they do. Oh well. So yeah, he's now having a bit more playing time, and well, I'm not quite sure if this is his first time in the MSL round of 32, but we're going to see how he manages. He's got a pretty interesting group that he's inside. Stork, Shine, Quanro, and Piano, also known as Organ. So overall, I find that could be a lot of interesting things happening in this group. I think Stork should be managed to defeat Shine here, and Quanro, I think with his aggressive play, should be able to take down Piano, and then we might have a rematch of the round of 16 game between Stork and Quanro in the Lost Saga MSL, which was really, really enjoyable, in my honest opinion, and hopefully in the opinion of the rest of all you guys. So yeah, epic PvT action coming right at us right now. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be, of course, on Heartbreak Ridge. I'm going to get positions and colors out of the way and then let Nuke speak his fanboy heart out. 9 o'clock as the red protoss, we're going to have Stork, and that means that at the 3 o'clock position, we're going to have Shine as the Terran. Give me color, give me color, give me color now, give me color now. Okay, that's about teal or blue or aquamarine and whatever the hell that is. So yeah, Nuke, your word, your thoughts on what's about to happen here before us?
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that Stork's going to win this one just because of his versus Terran record. It's a ridiculous 67%. And he just recently went against a Terran in the OSL, so he already has practice as far as that goes. Although you kind of have to keep in mind that Stork is one of the few players who actually has to practice for all of the tournaments. He has to practice for OSL, MSL, and Pro League. And from what I hear from interviews and stuff, they mostly focus on Pro League. And Stork's, in the end crew at OSL, Stork talked about he had to use most of his free time to practice for that, since he had to spend most of it practicing for Pro League. So there's no telling how much he's actually practiced for this match. My guess is not too much, because Shine is, well, he's not the best player in the world. He's been around pretty much as long as Stork has. He's coming out here to the middle of the map, maybe looking for cheese, maybe thinking about building a barracks of his own here. But Shine and Stork have both been around since late 2004, early 2005, so they are ancient dudes. So they've been around a long time. Of course, Shine hasn't shown himself to be nearly as great a player as Stork, and man, he's looking for cheese all over the place, expecting Stork to put a gateway inside of his main or around his main or anywhere like that, even checking behind his natural too, so he's playing it extra safe. Well, it looks like they're both going for standard openings here, but yep, I think it's pretty safe to say that Stork's going to take this one.
Yeah, Shine himself actually has a positive win record against Protoss himself. He's actually, I think, up just about 50%, just over that, so he's not a horrible player overall. He's really just a solid guy, nothing special though. So, okay, let's see. Stork gonna plant a pylon just on his choke, just gonna make it a little bit smaller. We're gonna see if that actually could prevent. I don't think that's gonna prevent Dragoons from coming in through, though. I've seen that happen actually. Players accidentally blocking off the route from their main into their natural factory, now coming down. For Shine, also putting a supply depot at his at his natural choke. At his main choke, I'm sorry, to make it a little bit small. But yeah, Zealot alongside the pylon, really think that the pylon could actually not allow Dragoon movement. Looking at the pulse, oh my god, Stork 94% to 6%, Jesus. And Shine not going to be able to get the SCV through at all. That one Zealot alongside the pylon. So perfect block by Stork. When you see whether Stork actually tries to go for something funky, that block of the scout suggested he might be thinking, oh, and there you go. Oh, ooh, using a pylon, beautiful, using a pylon to get himself through to those minerals at the upper right. When you see now, he actually tries to cheese something. He could, I think, theoretically, he could plant down a pylon and maybe some cannons or something at the natural as it comes up or something. I don't think he's going to be able to go inside the main, but he could do something funky. Putting down robotics facility, not getting that scouted, so he's actually going to go for Reaver harassment. Also has actually range pumping. So he could either go for like a quick drop or Reaver harassment and could do some serious job. Okay, Dragoons actually do go through that choke, no problems there. And we're going to see, I think this could be actually fairly effective unless this can be read. Command Center come down for Shine, so he could be in severe danger if Stork gets this harassment through.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Stork was thinking of here coming behind the base, because he's still not going to be able to get into the main. And Shine's probably going to know about that probe soon, but I guess Stork is going to get a little bit of vision there, a little bit of vision at the choke into the main. He's just floating his probe around here. It might be smart for him to try to go for cannons behind that expansion. Of course, Shine hasn't expanded yet, so might not be the best investment in the world right now, but I think he might have been preparing for that if Shine had put down his command center. He's chasing the stubborn SCV away. One more shot and that SCV will go down, but yeah, that SCV is going to go down. Looks like either Mines or Siege is being researched right now. The SCV goes down, so no scout into the main for Shine. I'm still not sure what that probe is up to here. It's being spotted though, so if Stork was thinking about doing a strategy over here that he's going to have to adapt that, I don't think he's going to be able to put down a pylon and not be spotted now. So he is actually abandoning that, so maybe he was going to use that to put down a pylon and some cannons, or maybe another robotics facility or something like that. Something weird. Stork's been playing really weird recently, but there is the siege tank taking care of that scout, so both players are going to have to rely on observers and scan from this point on to get the scout on each other. While looks like Stork putting down his Nexus very, very soon, going to be scouted maybe by this hero Marine coming in. Go Marine! Did not scout whether Stork is putting down his Nexus or not. So both players are pretty much in the dark right now. And Stork is going to have the economic advantage if Shine cannot protect his new base. It's coming up. Stork is moving in with some Dragoons, so I think he's going to try to be aggressive here and stop this base from coming up. But I don't think it's going to be successful because Shine, he has a bunch of siege tanks out here, and siege tanks rip up Dragoons like nobody's business. And plus he has his barracks over here for vision, so yep, should be no problem for him defending this new base.
Stork actually going for a double expand, seeing that he can't put on any pressure. I thought he was going to go for some Reaver harassment, apparently that was just for Zero Observatory. I had noticed that he didn't get his probe through. Some tanks there showing off their train tickets or whatever. I paid this much money to come here. And because everybody cares. And I'm being mean. More factories are being added in by Shine. Observer just inside for Stork, just going to run around being, well, scouting for Stork. There are, though, turrets all over the place by Shine, so Stork has to be really careful not to get those spotted spotting